us. There is a lot going on in our community right now that is causing people to not only lose jobs, but to have a variation of opinion. And in that variation of opinion, some people are finding themselves on the other side, opposite side. And so I want to stress that while minding your business will not only keep you in business, but will keep you from having to explain yourself. A lot of times in business, we have to why it's better, why our service is better, why someone should choose us over another business. And all of that matters, but then it doesn't. Because the real matter is if you're providing the service and if you are delivering what's needed and what's expected and people are getting their money's worth, that's all that matters. So it's lunchtime. Not really, it's about 2:28, and I'm sitting in my car, and I just got through showing a couple of houses, and I hadn't been in this community in a while, so I decided to stop at a few restaurants that just opened. So one of them is a chicken place. Yes, I like me some chicken. And so I stopped and got a chicken plate there. It was like $7.99 for 8 pieces of chicken and some fries. One thing that I really wish that these restaurants start doing is thinking healthy, that people that just because I want some chicken don't mean I want no fries. I would have been happy with the salad or some vegetables. It's always chicken and fries or something of that long matter. And so as a small business owner, thinking outside the box, thinking what your customer needs, thinking about a broader base literally puts you in a different ball game than just the average business owner that thinks everybody wants that. Okay, so everybody does not want fries, because I don't. There are some healthy people out there that would prefer, as I mentioned, to have vegetables or a salad or something in conjunction with a type of meat. Then there's a cake store that just opened up over here as well, and they have a variety of different things. And so I asked for a sample of a product because I don't even like that word. Let me rephrase that. Hate is not a good word. I never use it out of my mouth. But the restaurant, they typically, hey Martin, they used to do samples, but when COVID hit, everybody stopped doing samples or whatnot. But you're buying stuff and you don't know how it tastes, and you end up spending a lot of money. And I know as a small business owner, sometimes it does not, sometimes it helps to give people choices, to give them the perception or perspective of what they're getting is what they want, because there's nothing worse or wasting money on spending something you don't need and you don't want. And as a small business owner, we always have to be mindful of where we're spending our money and where we're getting our money as well. And so I will be literally blocking people because today is not the day. I'm not the one, and nor is it today. And so and America's always been disrespectful, but even in the more recently, years, it's gotten even more disrespectful. And so one thing that I know I personally grew up with and, was expected to do was to have respect for people. And a lot of people weren't taught that. I don't know if it's just I'm not going to make it a race thing, if it's a black thing or something along those lines, but people weren't taught respect. And respect has a lot to start with you. When respect starts with you, people respect you for giving respect. And that's in business, that's in life. And so minding your business in today's economy, minding your business in today's everything that's going on in the world, it's important that you not only think about yourself, but think about others as well. What can I do? What can I do to change the situation? What can I do to make the situation better? Because a lot of times people will complain about things, but they are not an active participant in changing things. Did you hear me? People will complain about things, but they're not an active participant in changing things. So people will always have an excuse about why something is not right in your business, in your life. People will always have an excuse about why they don't like something and things of that nature, but they can't really nitpick and put a finger on what is it. A lot of times it's internal. A lot of times people are disgruntled internally, and so they externally put it out on other people, situations, and things. And anytime that you are in business, and again, in life, in relationships, it's not always about you. We're going to have a difference of opinions. We're going to not like the same things. We're going to, just because people are different. If God made everybody the same, just imagine what kind of world this would be if everybody was the same. You know, I travel out the country. And when I travel out the country, I'm not going to tell you that I have not experienced racism, but I have not. I literally have not experienced racism. We don't experience racism until we come into our own docile, which is the United States. Now, not saying that it doesn't exist out the country, because I'm sure it does. I just personally haven't experienced it, nor has my family. Now, when we went to China one year, everybody was staring at my sons, because my sons are like 6'7", 6'4". They're tall. Compared to in China, most people are shorter. So they were like looking at them like they were just twin towers. And that's what they're known as too, the twin towers. And so, but they gave us respect. It wasn't any form of racism or anything of that nature. And so I said all that to say, when you mind your business, you find out your business ain't perfect. When you mind your business, you find out that your business has flaws. When you mind your business, you find out that there are some things that you need to correct as well. And so we need to get better as a people. We need to get better as a nation. We need to get better as business owners in relationships of minding our own business. Because again, when you mind your own business, you find flaws. And when you find flaws, you need to work on correcting those flaws, because can't nobody correct your flaws like you, especially if they don't know you. Don't nobody know you better than God. I always have to use God in my language because he is the fuel of the economy. He's the fuel of this world. And that's why it's important not to even be transformed into what's going on in the world. Now, lots of things going on, as I stated. I shall not discuss them because they're not of importance right now. But just know a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are hurting. And always put your feet in other people's shoes. Because when you put your feet in other people's shoes, you can't say how somebody else is walking if you've never walked in those shoes. There's a lot of things going on that have been going on for centuries, for decades, forever. You know, but when you mind your business, you find that your business needs to be taken care of as well. And that's the business of self. That's the business of improving whatever it is that you do, whether it's a business, whether it's your life, whether it's in your relationship. We should always be working on the form of improving, because hey Yvette, none of us are free, or none of us are abstract from criticism. We're all going to be criticized because somebody's going to find something about you that they don't like. That's not your business. Mind your business, okay? Mind your business, because when you mind your business, can't nobody do it like you. I'm sorry, it's a little dark in here, but it's hot, y'all. I can open up this screen because then my sunroof don't open and it's hot. So yes, amen to that. When you mind your business, it's easier to see that you have flaws, that you have fault, that you are not perfect, that there's some things within you and in you that need to be corrected, and can't nobody correct it better than you. Now, God is one that can correct all things. I'm speaking of people, of humans who are always guilty of some type of fault. And as long as we think that we are perfect, as long as we think we don't have no fault, as long as we don't know how to communicate in a rational, respectful kind of way, we're all going to be at fault. And so as a business owner, I'm always looking for ways to improve what I do, because I'm not perfect. My business is not perfect. In my marriage of 30 years, I'm always looking to see, what can I do to be a better wife? What can I do to make my marriage better? As a mom, I'm always, yes ma'am, totally agree. As a mom, Yvette, I'm always looking for ways that I could be a better mom. And my kids grown, so they on their own now. So, but still, I'm always looking to see, what can I do? What can I do to be a better person? And so when we work on ourselves first, we are less critical of others, because again, we're going to find those imperfections. When we work on ourselves, we see that God is the only one that can change us. But he gives us the authority and the audacity and ability to be able to change ourselves. It is an evil person that thinks they know everything, that is perfect, that things are, that they don't make no mistakes, when we know that the only perfection is Jesus Christ himself. And so that is my message for you today. I hope and pray it resonates with somebody. As I mentioned, I love chicken, and I was so hungry today that I pulled over and stopped at this chicken place after showing a house this morning. And so I also got a birthday. My birthday was on September 13th. And this is one of my favorite cake places. They gave me a cake, a birthday cake. And they did it because that is good business. They knew it was my birthday. I showed them my driver's license. They was like, oh, you don't look your age. And anytime somebody tell me that, I'd be like, yes, thank you, Jesus, because I feel it. I'm starting to feel it more every day. But age is just a number until you start feeling those aches and pains. Then you realize, okay, I am getting a little older. But every day is a day of Thanksgiving. So I thank God for having a business. I thank God for blessing my business. I thank God for blessing my customers more than anything. I ask God every day, those that sow into me, allow me to sow into them. And when you start sowing into other people, you will realize and recognize that it takes everybody to be great. And we're always working on that greatness each and every day. You should be. If you're not, you're falling behind. You got to work on being better and greater each and every day. In the mind, in the soul, in the spirit, in your pockets, in your education, in your life, in your spirituality, everything. You got to learn how to work on being better every day. So I'm getting ready to go back out here and beat the pavement. Yes, literally beat the pavement. It's 93 degrees in my neck of the woods. It's hot. I'm sitting in the sun getting a normal tan. This is a normal tan. A normal tan. And I'm gonna eat the rest of my chicken wings. And y'all, listen, I'm not a soda drinker because I have to watch my sugar intake. Y'all seen this before? It is a 7-Up zero sugar tropical. It is really good. It has zero sugar. But then I looked and I saw it has it has aspartame in it, and I know that's a form of sugar. So they be lying when they be saying zero. What? He passed by looking all at me and stuff. What are you looking at? Anywho, I'm getting ready to go. Yes, happy late. Yeah, thank you so much, Yvette. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Thank you. Yes, I'm celebrating every day. I've been celebrating my birthday every day the month of September since September started. And I celebrate every day because every day that you wake up a day older. You literally do. You wake up a day older. So I celebrate every day. Every day is a birthday, a blessed day. I call it blessed day because I don't think you start having birthdays until you're no longer here, the birthday. But when you have a blessed day, you wake up blessed all the time. So every morning I get up, the first thing I do before I get out of bed, I thank God for opportunity. I thank God for blessing me to wake up. I thank God for my family, roof over my head, food on my table. I may not have everything I want, but I have everything I need. And we all do. You know, sometimes we get a little greedy. I get greedy too. I be want more. But sometimes more get you in trouble. And we need to be learn to not be what God says, be satisfied. We should always want more, but we should be satisfied in what we have, and I work to do that every day. So yes, Yvette, I really appreciate you, girl. Thank you so much for coming in. Many roses to you, many flowers of Thanksgiving and love. Thank you so much for being in here with me. And if you are new to my channel, I typically discuss real estate, business, life, travel, food, and family and marriage. So this is a lifestyle channel. I know that's a whole lot wrapped into one conversation, but I don't think I can do business without including my life. I don't think I can do business without including my marriage. And further and foremost, I know I can't do business without including God. Okay, because he is the essence of who I am and what makes me be a better person every day. So yes, so that's what this channel is. If that is the kind of content that you like, go ahead and make sure you become my family member and subscribe. It's free. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. And then when you see my videos, if you would like them, I would really appreciate that as well, because that allows me to give more great content, whatever it may be. My goal is always to share my life, because at 56, if you are over 40, you got a whole bunch to talk about. And so I'm encouraging everybody to, if you are over 40, just pick up this button, push that little red button, and record. Okay, it is kind of intimidating at first. It is kind of intimidating, especially if you're not used to doing it. But heck, don't nobody know you on here unless nosy people and friends follow you, you know, like they do on your social media feeds. You know, friends, family, they watch you, but they never say anything, but they see you. So anywho, show up anyway. Okay, because YouTube pays you. YouTube pays you to show up. Your job pay you to show up. Life pays you to show up. When you wake up in the morning, you should show up. All right. And so this is a great venue to get on, you know, to share your creativity, to also share your expertise, to share your comments. Thank you, Miss Yvette. And to share everything that you possibly can, just so that people know who you are, what you do, and what makes you great. All of us have a skill that is shareable. All of us have a skill that is profitable. All of us have a skill that God blessed us with. Okay, so thanks again for being here. Make a great day. Go ahead and check out some of my other videos. We just got back from Greece. Went down there looking at some real estate. It was too expensive for me. Even in business, it was too expensive for me. But anywho, we had a great time. And so again, I thank you. Blessings and peace. And may everything you touch turn to gold. I'll talk with you soon. And you can connect with me on Instagram at Nichelle Womack. I'm also on TikTok and all other kind of stuff, Facebook and everything of that nature. So if you are on those platforms, I would love to learn a little bit more about you as well. Blessings and peace. Talk to you later. Make it a great day.